It is my favorite time of year. Welcome back to the Blue Honor blog. I am vlog, not vlog. I am author Kay Williams, author of op-dec Operation Deceit, Blue Honor, and the Triloquia trilogy. And this is my Daphne costume. So, last year I dressed up as Daphne, as you know. This year Little is planning on being Kara Danvers. So I'm like stoked about that because she does resemble her quite a bit, and it's going to be very cool. So we're planning that between buying her the leggings to wear under the little skirt thing and the red boots and stuff. So Supergirl is on her way. But before then, me and my bean, probably this will release the weekend after we get back, we're going to Disney for the first time. So, unfortunately, we couldn't afford tickets to Not So Scary because it is in October and the prices are $150 each, and everybody kind of pooped out on me on paying that. I definitely would have bought the tickets had everybody else backed me up, but they all backed out, so it would have just been me and Katie, which I guess would be fine, but I kind of wanted everybody to be there to enjoy the moment with her, the shows and the rides and everything. So I'm just planning a separate trip for a weekend to go and do that in the future, maybe next Halloween, early, so the tickets don't cost so much. Looking forward to that. So, you know that I am a Halloween buff. I absolutely love this holiday. It is my favorite holiday. It really is tops for me. I can't wait to watch scary movies. I can't wait to have the candy and the decorations. And August came around and I started getting a couple of things to put out, and the bush already had eyeballs set in it, and I'm already starting to decorate. As you know, Billy Bones always sits out behind me, and you'll see him a lot in my TikTok videos at Captain Mile, Maiel. Make sure you subscribe to that because I post every day on there short videos, and you can keep up with me there. I also have a series talking about what it's like being a writer. And eventually I may compile all of those, like it'll be a playlist over there when I get up to enough followers. And probably what I will do is I will go back through and download them and then stitch them together to make a big video on here at some point. So far I'm up to, I think, 16 of them. So that, the first 15 will probably make one video because it's about 15 minutes a piece. Well, actually no, because I think they're 3-minute videos. So it would be a substantial episode if I cut it at 15, so maybe every 10. And that will be a half-hour episode talking about what it's like being an author, and maybe every 10 that I do, I'll do a full video onto here. But you don't have to wait. You can go over to @CaptainMile on TikTok and check those out now. If you follow me, you'll help me get closer to being able to make playlists, so things are more organized, that you'll be able to find the book stuff versus Shag Bottom Theater versus writing tips versus me just being, Mandalorians on Earth series, cosplaying, etc. So there's all of that. But I am thrilled to death to be going back to Disney. I haven't been there in 20 years, and this is part of how I'm celebrating October this year. And of course, even though I'm not attending Not So Scary, you do get to see a lot of the decorations and stuff. They're all decorated for fall already. I'll be able to, buy things that are Halloween focused. So that is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm thrilled for my little being able to do that. I enjoy going to the parks, and I got to go quite a bit as a kid. I think my first time I was 3 years old, and I remember staying in the Yogi Bear campgrounds. I remember, like, my entire family was there. My mom's side, my dad's side, I think, both sides. But it was a lot. And I remember driving down in the camper with my grandma and grandpa. Good times. It was good times. It was one of those plop it on the back of the truck campers. That thing was fantastic. I missed that. That was a lot of fun. We used to take that up to Wellesley Island. So I have a lot of positive memories, even though Disney has done things in the past that have disappointed me as far as race, gender, etc. They continue to try to make positive steps, but I don't think that they have the best DEI experts. And they really need to get an office on board, a more extensive office, and they need to listen to these individuals when they're telling them. The diversity hiring, I'm not so certain how that's going with them, because they do still make these gaffes. Like not too long ago, they had a high school marching band playing there that was wearing Native, Indigenous American, North American regalia, faux regalia, and doing tomahawk chants, and it was just horrid and tone deaf. And it's 2022, and that doesn't have a place anymore. That was very 1950s, and I don't know why any high school is still doing that at this point, why they're still digging in their heels. We Are Not Your Mascot has been going on for years now, and it's like nobody wants to listen. It's like, well, I want to be able to do this, and I find joy in that. And it's like, well, I understand you from the perspective of, I enjoy Disney, but they did create Pocahontas and several other things that are very questionable. It's problematic. You know, it's as problematic as people enjoying the music or films of certain individuals who have been, let's go off the handle here, sex offenders. What do you do with that? You love that movie. You think that movie is great, but it was created by somebody who you later find out was either a pedophile or a rapist, and now you're like Ninth Gate. I'm like, crud. It's got kind of a double whammy in there. Somebody who is accused of horrendous domestic violence, and I tend to believe the victims. They have nothing to win from that. But you have a director, creator, and an actor in that, and it just becomes like, oh my God, why am I watching this? And it's so tainted. Like, Fearless Vampire Killers actually has Polanski in it. And he was, like, I believe one of the creators. And it's just like, you watch this and you're like, that's where he met his wife, who eventually was murdered by Charles Manson. And it's like all of these things pull on that film, these intertexts. And you're like, dare I watch this and even find something worthy within it, considering these connections? I'm almost like, wow. How do you separate this? And it's like, well, you know, every film probably has somebody on it who is a giant pile of poop that has worked on it, whether they're in lighting, gaff, the writing team, someone somewhere. You know, later find out that they're a pile of trash, and it's like, do we throw out the whole film because of them? And it's like, where do we make the cutoff? Can we separate the film from the artist? Can we separate the art from the artist? I don't know how possible that is. It just haunts it, you know. But we do the best that we can, you know. Moving forward with these things, all these Kevin Spacey films, great movies. I can't look at them anymore. It's so problematic. You know, and my love of Halloween, but a lot of slasher films were a rebuff of feminism. like making sure that you go after and cut up these women and whatnot. There's extensive writings on that, and it was just like a blowback against that, and just trying, to rebalance power in one side again, instead of, hey, let's come back into the middle and try to understand and be fair and equitable to all. That pendulum has to swing every which way. People take offense, and then, they go with that malice towards things, and it taints and poisons the well. But that is a theory of its own, is pulling materials within their time periods and social issues, etc., that are going on at the time, also tend to feed narratives, and it's another layer of them. But Halloween comes from old European pagan beliefs. There are other things that have been incorporated into that from the literal West and indigenous populations. You see the sugar skulls a lot now. What other things? So when enslavers kidnapped Black Africans over to the West, to the Americas, and forced them into enslavement, they brought with them their beliefs. So some of those things have trickled out to misunderstandings of voodoo and hoodoo, and those sorts of things, and those have been appropriated out as topics of Halloween as well. So you'll see people will be selling shrunken heads, which is, I will recommend, don't buy those. Don't fall into that gap of, oh, that's really cool. And it's like, there's a history behind that you need to understand before you go ahead. And capitalism came in and exploited that whole thing, and innocent people were killed, and the whole, there's understanding the greater picture and stuff of why that's not cool. But you may like it. You may like it, and you may be interested in it, but I say go the next step and learn more about it. Like, we don't wear, like, I have a Viking helmet that's like tin with plastic horns and plastic fake leather on it and stuff, and I have it as a joke because Vikings never wore that. As a historian, I know that they never wore that. But to do the Brunhilde thing, you kind of need one of those, when you're joking around. And I can joke about that because I have Swedish Norse ancestry, and that's my people. That said, I can only go so far too as a reconnecting individual, and I have to be careful as well, to make sure that I am mocking the institution of mocking my ancestors. Not sitting there celebrating the mocking of my ancestors. That's not okay. So we don't want to celebrate the mocking of anyone's ancestors, because that's a supremacy thing that we need to get past and around. If you enjoy something, I suggest learning more about it, regardless of what the culture is, because that is appreciation for that culture. And the more you learn about it, the more you'll understand what I'm saying. Start showing that respect, because if you truly love it, you want to respect it. Like Halloween. Halloween has become a completely altered thing, stemming from the idea of, the time of the year when, the veil is thin and we can see those that walk on the other side, that darkness and stuff, and just letting our imaginations go wild. But the Festival of Samhain and all of that, not quite what you think it is. I just, read more about it, and celebrate with me, because it all comes in, and it's like it's good times. You know, if you love something, respect it. Learn more about it. Learn all you can about it, and the people who brought it into being, so that you have the opportunity to enjoy it. This is Pepper Potts, which you will meet on Shag Bottom Theater episodes. So thank you for watching. Again, you can catch me on TikTok daily at Captain Mael, and subscribe here to get monthly episodes. And I will see you later. Thank you.